I'm Vlad from Golem Design Studio. In this video we will show you the whole process we use for the making of our beads and pendants. Everything starts with the raw clay, then comes the shaping, carving, glazing, all the way to the final firing. First and really important stage of each ceramic project is the preparing of the clay. For this purpose I'm using clay pug mill made by me 12 years ago. After the pug mill, the clay is much more pliable, which helps us a lot in the next production stages. I'll demonstrate you now how this pug mill works. Now, with the ready pliable clay, it's time to start with the shaping of the pendants. To reach uniformity in the size and shape, we're using push molds. Here is how this works. Now the pendant is all ready, so we are waiting for it to settle a bit. So in about 20 minutes it will pop up out of the mold. It's time to pull out the ready pendant from the mold. Here is how this works. Now little bit of smoothing of the rim. Ready for a hole. Next important thing, after the hole is all ready and smoothed, is to apply the little stamp with our brand name, so you know that this is a real Golem pendant. Now comes the most interesting part, the carving of the pendant. For the carving we're using really simple tools, a modeling knife. As you see, big part of the carving is completely free-handed. Circle tool is used only for the fruits. So slowly, line after line, the design starts to appear on the pendant surface. Carved lines are really important because they work as separators during the glaze firing. The glazes are melting, so without the lines they will melt into each other. Now comes the carving of the matching lentil bead with the pomegranates. It's absolutely same tools and carving technique used on it, the same one as on the pendant. Now are coming a few more last details. And voila, the bead is all ready. After all the beads and pendants are ready shaped and carved, they need to dry really good. At this stage they are ready for the first kiln firing, which is called bisque firing. For this purpose I'm just loading them in these fireproof boxes. It's okay they to touch each other. There is no glaze in this firing and it will be over at 900 Celsius, which is just above 1600 Fahrenheit. So I'm loading the boxes with beads and then transferring them to the kiln. Here is how the inside of the kiln looks. I'm sorry for the bad light. So the only thing that I need to do now is to turn on the kiln so the bisque firing will start. Here are the bead and the pendant already bisque fired, so now we'll demonstrate the glazing of them. The glazing happens one color at a time and it's all applied by tiny brushes. Once all the details from one color are done, we are moving to the next color. The glazing of the bead happens in the same way, again color after color. The pendant is all glazed now, only a few strokes left to finish the background of the bead. With this, the glazing will be done, so we'll be ready for the firing in the kiln of both. The arranging of the ready glazed beads for the glaze firing is really important. The high temperature in the kiln, over 1200 Celsius, which is equal to over 2000 Fahrenheit, it makes the things really easy to go wrong. If anything touches something else in the kiln, it will stick like forever. You remember how easy it was to load the kiln with bisque? Now with the glaze I need to be really careful and precise. Now this bead box is ready to go into the kiln. Here are the ready pendant and bead after the firing. I hope you enjoyed this video.